Hello and welcome everybody. This is Genomics Boot Camp, where we speak about genomics from the beginner's perspective. My name is Gábor Mészáros and today we will speak about R, which is used as a work environment with genomics in a quite large number of cases. This video is actually a very introductory one to R on the R work environment. So if you have never seen R, never used it, this is certainly a point to start for you. Well, if you did see it before, even then, just don't turn it off, because I would also show a few resources that are quite useful even for advanced users. So stay tuned. So we are here already in the RStudio. You get to this place after downloading and installing R onto your computer, and then downloading and installing the RStudio. This is more or less the screen that awaits you if you turn it on for the first time. And for the first thing that you need to do is actually start a new R script, so that is also visible on your screen. So for that, you go to File, New File, and R script. So you see there is another window opened here. At this point, I would briefly describe the RStudio interface. So on the top left is the script file that is newly opened. Here you can actually write your script that will be executed. R itself is running on the bottom left side of the screen, where it actually shows any error messages or anything that it's happening during your analysis. Well, hopefully we will see more successful runs than error messages. But if there are error messages, this is the place to look for them. On the top right side, there are different tabs, from which perhaps the most important is the one that is switched on right now, is the environment tab. Here you see any variables that are currently loaded in R for you. Right now the environment is empty because we just started the things up. And on the bottom right side, there is again a screen with multiple tabs, from which actually two of them are quite useful. Well, all of them are quite useful, but two of them we will look at today. And the first one is the help file, or a help tab, where you can actually get help on the R functions. Well, right now something is already loaded, but we will look at some other instances as well. So let's start with the first command, and that is loading of some of the packages, or actually installing some packages, because, well, R is coming from a number of so-called base packages that are already installed, but if you want to use some specialties, then you need to install them manually or yourself. The command for installing packages is actually the install.packages, and when you start to type, it's already appearing on the screen. So the install packages, you can either type it out or just hit enter. And here it actually gets with some kind of a help file, help what you could type in there. For now, what we want to do is install the so-called tidyverse package, which will be very useful to for the follow-up demonstration. So we, in a quotation mark, we write tidyverse, which is actually a set of packages which allows very easy and nice data modification and visualization and many other things. One additional thing that we need to specify is the so-called dependencies option, because well, some of the R packages may depend on the other existing R packages, and if you don't have those installed on your computer, well, the R package you are installing might not work. Because of that, we specify the so-called dependencies, and this will install everything that we need. And we specify this by stating dependencies equals true. So that by saying, yes, we also want the packages that are needed for the tidyverse package. Now, starting, you can do it in various ways. For now, what you can do is click on this line, and where what you specified, and there is a run button, and you click that, and the actual installation starts. For me, this is a rather short process because I already have the tidyverse package installed. For you, it might be some time, and there will be some more things going on the in your computer because it needs to download the packages and install them. Well, first, if you are starting R for the very first time, you might have a pop-up window that prompts you to select a mirror. That is the download mirror where the R should download the packages from. In here, basically the best, well, there's no wrong answer here, but the best answer is probably click down the geographical location or the location which is closest to you geographically. So that is the first thing, but this will happen only at the very first start of R or very first installation. Now, for this tidyverse, there might be another pop-up window that is asking if you also want to install packages that need compilation. And for this pop-up window, you also say yes or okay. This is because the tidyverse package is a rather complex one and quite sophisticated, so it also includes some other packages as well that needs a little bit of special treatment. But anyway, so at the end, you install the package tidyverse. The installation is needed just once, but if you want to actually use it, you need to load it into the computer or into the current R session. So what you do in this case, that you type library and tidyverse. And again, you're on this line, click run, and well, then the tidyverse is loaded. I mentioned previously the help window. So this is actually quite a useful one, because what you can do is you can get actually information on the functions that you are using. So for example, if we want information about the install packages and what other options so it actually pops up here, but it's rather small and it's not very much described in detail. So what you can do is just click on the function name you want to highlight or want to get information on, and click or actually press F1, and that actually comes up with the help file for this particular function. So this is, you see, install packages, and then there is a description and all, well, actually a bunch of arguments that we don't use. But actually the description about all of them, including some details, explanations, and usually there are also some examples at the very end. So this is quite useful. So this is clicking, or actually pressing F1 is one of the ways how to get help in R. Also, there is a search box that could be used, or also there are some other ways how to get help in R. Basically, all of them are getting you into this position where you can actually read about the package in the help window. Just as a demonstration, we will use a visualization from the book R for Data Science. This is a very neat book, and if you are very new to R, this is the one that I suggest you to start with. So it's freely available on the R for Data Science Head Co NZ website. So I will also link it into the description of this video. And so there is actually this is written perspective of a R newcomer. So I can just recommend it for the reading. For this particular demonstration, we will use a code snippet from this book, and also just to demonstrate what happens if you get a code from somewhere that you need to run. Well, you can either copy paste it in your script file, or you can open, or if you get the whole R file, you can also open it with the open command and can run it as a whole. This particular script actually deals with the data on cars, which is actually might not be very apparent right now, but this is the data set is actually this MPG. And well, you can also see what is in there if you call the help files for this data set, because this is also available in R. So there are also a bunch of data sets for examples, but also they are quite well described. And this is the question mark, and the function name, or in this case, the data set name, is also one of the possibilities how to get help. So you see that MPG is actually fuel economy data from these years for 38 popular models of cars, and this is then with the short description. And if we want to make some nice model, actually some nice graph out of this data set, so we can copy it from this book, R for Data Science. Or we did it actually. We highlight both lines and click Run, where this is the other tab I mentioned that it will be very useful today. So this is the then where the plot actually shows, and you can see what you have done. And because it is not very apparent, so then there is this display and edge UI. So it's actually described here what happens. So this is engine displacement in liters, and the HYI is high-well miles per gallon. So this is the what it means. And so we see that generally, as the liters of the engines are basically with the bigger engines, in generally we can go with lesser miles on the highway. A further visualization point included that is tells something about the classes of the cars that are involved. Well, just for now as a general example, but examples like this are quite plentiful in this book, R for Data Science, and also it describes in detail how to get them and how to certainly do any kind of analysis, visualization, and data modification on any data that you might come across. If you are not a newcomer to R, but have already some experience, but you haven't read this book, I certainly still recommend it. It's a really good one. Also actually has in these cases also exercises that are quite useful, and some of them are also quite challenging, I have found. If you are interested in R in general for other fields, my first plan was to highlight a few books, but then just recently I came across of this publication that is called The Big Book of R, and it's actually nothing else than collection of other R books. So you see, R for Data Science is also mentioned here as suggested for newcomers. Also, there is a video courses and so on. but it has many other books of various complexity. Most of them are free, some of them are also paid, but I mean, yeah, so depending on what you are looking for and what is your actually level of R that you have already, based on that, I'm very certain that you will find what you're looking for here. So just for now, just to scroll through just to the titles of the groups or the topics. So obviously there is a new for R, so there are some book clubs, but later on there is some books on the blog down and the book down packages, a bunch of on data science, data visualization, distributed computing, getting, cleaning, and wrangling the data, geospatial analysis, life sciences, machine learning, network analysis, R Markdown, package development, R programming, and this is not the end still, Shiny, which is a very neat way to do interactive web applications with R. It's a really nice thing. Things about sports analytics, statistics, well, time series, forecasting, teaching, text analysis, version control, workflow, and various other field-specific or books which are field-specific that did not get into the other categories. With each of these, there is a small description of the book, and it gives the link if it's paid. If the book is paid, then it's also mentioned here. Also, I forgot to mention, but it's this big book of R comes to rescue. So this is the R for data science I was talking about. But actually, there is another book which is called R for Data Science Solutions that is giving very neat and detailed explanations and solutions for the exercises that are in the R for Data Science book. So this is actually, these two come, or they are quite good together. And certainly it's the main idea is that you try to solve the exercises yourself. But if you're not certain if you were successful or not, or you just cannot do some of them for any reason, then this R for Data Science Solutions book comes to rescue. So this is also a very neatly written piece. Anyway, so that's it for now. I think this book is also, actually this big book of R is being continuously updated. So I'm very certain that you will find resources for your start of your R career, but also later on for any specific field you are interested in. If you're interested in more R-related content and use of R in particular with in connection to genomic data analysis, then just let me know in the comments below. Or if you want to do something else others than strictly related to genomics, also in that case, just let me know in the comments, and I will do my best to accommodate to these wishes. So this was it for the R introduction. You see, it was a very short one, but the contents of this video equip you enough so you can, well, run simple R scripts. If you're interested in more R-related content, from my side, then let me know in the comments below. And well, certainly I will do my best to make more videos similar to these, perhaps with more advanced content. For now, if you liked the video, then just you can push the like button, and if you want to see me more on your YouTube space, then I just encourage you to push the subscribe button. For now, however, well, I thank you for your time, and have a nice day.